Hola, hola. Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Hello, Fer. Eva.
Hi, teacher. Good afternoon.
Hello, Sonia. Good afternoon. Andrea, hello. Ok, cuéntenme. Primero que todo. Ay, qué gusto que estén de este lado y no solamente en YouTube. Como diagnóstico, se me olvidó la palabra. ¿Qué tal les va con el inglés? Como del 1 al 10, uno así lo menos y va subiendo. Hello, teacher. Hello, Eva. Por acá y por allá. Eva, ¿tienes micrófono?
Sí, maestra.
Súper, duper. Ok, entonces, del 1 al 10, como en cuál se sienten para saber qué tanto inglés hablo o qué tanto le campechaneo o cómo nos entendemos mejor.
Considero que como un 6 o 7.
Muy bien, eso está súper duper. Sonia, se vale 0, ¿eh? Andrea. Y Sonia, cuando vuelvas. ¿No? Bueno, en lo que me contestan esa parte, para podernos ir entendiendo en las sesiones. Abdi, hello, como un 5. Eso está muy maravilloso. Más o menos igual que Eva. Ok. Si prefieren un nombre, tienen, excepto Sonia, 8 más o menos. Súper, Sonia. Excepto Sonia, todas las demás tienen 2 nombres. Si prefieren uno, me avisan cuál. Andrea, ¿qué pregunté? Que ¿cómo se sienten con el inglés? O sea, del 1 al 10, 1 lo menos menos, y va subiendo hasta el 10, wow. ¿Cómo te sientes que andas con el inglés? Y Sonia, ¿te fuiste para allá? ¿Puedes todavía estar acá en StreamYard? Abdi, ¿alguien más que se pase para acá? Andrea, yo diría que un 7. ¿Qué plus están en este módulo? Me da tanto gusto. Ok. Entonces, practíquenle. Hablo todo en inglés. Y si de plano llega un punto en que se quedan what, me avisan y lo pocheamos y lo campechaneamos. Pero pues yo creo que igual y si nos entendemos bastante bien de acuerdo con sus números. Y quien se pueda pasar acá estaría súper, porque la idea de acá es que practiquen precisamente speaking, practiquen pronunciation. Entonces, si se quedan allá, solamente van a poder practicar listening, reading y writing, pero les va a faltar el cuarto, que es speaking. Entonces, cuando puedan, quienes puedan, súper. Okay, so first week of the module, have you checked all the resources, all the information, all the topics? Today is Thursday. Yesterday we had no session because of the celebration, but which gave you one more day to check the resources. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, have you finished checking the resources, the activities, what you need to do? Questions, doubts, something? Eva, have you finished checking all the resources?
I check all, but I have a question with the activity 1.
This is the time for that. Come on. What is your question?
Yes, in the case of the audio,
Mm-hmm.
we talk about our personal information and add the characteristics of our house on only personal information.
Well, your audio, not for now, thank you. Muy bien, Andrea. Your audio is supposed to last 1 minute and 30 seconds max. So the personal information is a lot because it has a lot of technicalities like your email and your address and your phone number. So start with everything from the very beginning and then move to your personal description, your physical appearance and your personality, and check how much time you have left. If you have enough time, also record the description of your house. If time is over, it's okay. I mean, if it doesn't matter if it lasts a little bit more than 1 minute, 1 minute and 30 seconds, I can even listen to 2 minutes, but sometimes it's a lot more. So I cannot check that much time because I wouldn't finish. So 1:30, 2 minutes max. So try to include as much as you can from your activity in your audio. And also, I think that the most, I mean, by your numbers, like the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, I think that you are well advanced in numbers because on this specific activity, you need to learn and you need to use and you need to know the numbers. So, besides that, I think the email is the most technical part. So, yesterday, no, so Tuesday, I shared with you in the Novedades forum, I shared with you a additional resource, precisely a video about how to say your email because of the technical parts that go with it. So if you have any questions on that, that video is very, very, very good. Besides that, Eva, Sonia, Andrea, Abdi, how old are you? Just to check, like our audience. How old are you,
Um,
Eva?
I have 17 years old.
I am 17 years old. Okay. Sonia, how old are you? Andrea and Abdi, how old are you? 17 over here. And what about over there? Sonia, Abdi, and Andrea. Yes, I'm missing you three. So, how old are you? 17 together. 17. The complete answer would be I am 17 years old. All questions need complete answers.
Teacher, in the case of the activity number one, the age, we have to write the age with the numbers or letters, like
It, does,
17 in letters, or doesn't matter?
it doesn't matter. As long as when you say it, you use the correct number. It doesn't matter. Sonia, I didn't mean how are you, like your state of being. I meant how old are you? Like 17 years old, 15, 16, 20, 30. How old are you? Andrea, 17. Sonia said 17 too. So everybody's 17. That's a popular number on this class. Okay, so 17. You have no idea about a curriculum vitae. So the purpose of your activity is um, when you when you are looking for a job, when you finish, for example, a a career or some course, or you were learning something specific and you had your certification, anything like that, you start building a curriculum vitae. The purpose of that is to have your personal information and your professional information. What did you study? When did you study that? Some other certifications that you may have, some experience that you may have on working on that field. So the curriculum vitae starts small when we are young, but little by little it gets longer and longer and longer because we have more experience, because we work in this company and then in another company and then in another company. So that helps us. So when we have a curriculum vitae, what we are looking for is a job. And we send that curriculum to many different places. Right now, with technology, we emailed it, or we get into some job recruitment app and we upload it there. So anybody can see who we are and that we are looking for a job and that maybe we are perfect for that position. So the person that is looking for an employee sees our curriculum and reads it, and things like, oh, this candidate is very good. This candidate is interesting. I like this candidate. And as your personal information is at the beginning, that recruiter calls you or sends you an email. So they get in touch. Andrea, you make your curriculum vitae to send to the companies because you are looking for a job. They read if they have an available position, if they have an empty space for someone, they start gathered all those curriculums and they start reading them to find someone perfect for the position. But you make it because you are looking for a job and you send it. So at the beginning is your personal information. So if they read the curriculum and said, oh, I like this person, they called you or they emailed you. So that is the first contact. The purpose of your audio is to be casual in the conversation because always after they contact you by email or by phone because they are interested in you to work in their company, they said an interview. Always. The interview may be online, like a video call like this, or the interview may be in person at the company, or maybe just by phone, but they said an interview. On that interview, they already checked all the information from your curriculum. So that interview is to have more information, like to get to know you. What do you like to do? What are your hobbies, your interests, your goals in life? Maybe why do you want that position? Why do you want to work in that company? So the audio needs to be recorded like if it was the interview. If you read, the whole activity is mm, like very robotic, like my name is or if you say last name Tan, middle name Te, first name address da da da, zip code da da da. If you read it like that, you're just like a robot. But if you just talk casually in your audio, imagining that someone is on the other side giving you an interview or wanting to know more about you, that is perfect, because the purpose of the audio is for you to practice speaking, for you to practice pronunciation. So you need to do this. You need to talk and talk and talk fluently. That is the purpose of the audio. Did I answer your question, Eva? Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, sure.
Super. If you need something else, the purpose of these sessions is to answer your questions, any doubt that you may have, to practice a little bit more, and to get to you to practice a lot of speaking and a lot of pronunciation. So this is the first session. Let's just organize our sessions. Usually this week is the exception because of yesterday's celebration, but usually we have a session each Wednesday and each Friday. As I checked your form, the result of your form, defining the schedule of the sessions, I will schedule all the sessions at this time at 6 p.m. because I think that this was the time that got the most votes. So hopefully it's good for you. Hopefully you were the ones voting. So every Wednesday, every Friday, 6 p.m. It has to be a relaxed but formal audio, like if we were presentially, like if we were in person. If we were in person. If you use the H, where with H is the question. Where are you from? Where is my phone? If you don't use the H, is past tense of verb to be. Was, were. If we were in person. Yes. The purpose of the audio is to be relaxed, fluent, casual, and that way you will complete 1 minute 30 seconds without worrying about it, just talking and talking, and then you will realize the time has passed and you're finished. So our sessions, I usually organize them for us to practice, well, for us to answer all questions and doubts on a Wednesday, and to practice a little bit, like with slides, with a slideshow. And we can obviously answer questions and doubts too on Friday, but the most important part I usually like to do on Friday is for you to talk and talk and talk and talk a lot. So preferably, especially on Friday, I need all of you that can be here in StreamYard here, because that's the only way that you can open your microphones and really talk between each other. Sorry if I have some orthography, spelling mistakes. I need to learn more about the script part, writing part. I can understand it, but I have some problems writing it. It's part of the practice, Andrea. It's part of the practice. You don't need to be sorry. That's why we are here. We are here to practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be able to practice and with a lot of enthusiasm. So, what you had to say, sorry, if I have some spelling mistakes, I need to learn more about the writing part. I can understand it, but I have some problems writing it. Writing one T. Perfect. Don't worry. We are practicing. So, what else? Your activity one, pretty much the most difficult, well, not difficult, just technical part is the email. The rest, especially the second part, just the description, personal description and your house description, is like it's about yourself and your house. So that's manageable. That's easy for you because it comes from your surrounding. Activity two, well, in general, like, do not be sorry, be better.
Teacher, sorry. I have a question in the case of activity 2 because the name of the activity is like the family, or we talk about the family. And
Mm-hmm.
in my case, my family it's conformate or ¿cómo se dice? Conformado,
Formed is formed.
be formed with only 3 members, and it's okay, or we need to put more. Oh, that's
You need four, and it doesn't matter if you don't live with other three people. You can choose a distant cousin, you can choose a distant uncle or aunt, you can choose grandfather or grandmother that doesn't live with you. It's okay. You can choose a dog, If you have pets, a cat, it doesn't matter. Just complete the template because that's the way your activity is designed. Mm,
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
like, do not be sorry, be better. Like, be willing to practice and don't say sorry for just for your mistakes because we are just learning. It's okay. So activity 2, the whole module 6 is present tense. Everything happens in the present, not like in this instant because it is not present continuous, just present, like actually. So the most important part when we are working with present tense is the third person, because we need to add an S at the end of the verb when we are talking in third person. So he, she, it. So activity 1 is first person because everything is about yourselves. So everything is I am, my name is, I live in, I. So everything is in first person. By the way, pronoun I don't know where my board is. Pronoun I is always, forever and ever and ever and ever, capitalized. Always. It doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the sentence, at the end of the sentence, wherever in the sentence, always capitalized. So that's activity 1. Activity 2 is third person. Okay. The second would be in we and us. That is second person plural. So our pronouns are I, first person, singular. You, second person, singular. For example, you are Eva. I am talking only to Eva, second person, singular. Third person singular is he, if we are referring to a male person. So he is my brother. She, if we are referring to a female person, like she is my mother. It, if we don't know, especially for pets, especially for things, we don't know if it's male or female. So it's it until we know. So it is a table, it is a refrigerator, it is a dog. I was talking about the second activity. The second would be in we and us. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We is first person plural. So if you say we, it's right now we. Like we includes me, includes Eva, Andrea, Sonia, and Abdi. That's it. That is we. First person plural. If you say us, is the possessive of we. So it is the same. We're talking about the same thing. You, second person plural, is if I am talking only about you. Not me, only Eva, only Andrea, only Sonia, and Abdi. Not me, only you. Because it is plural. Second person plural. And with a ball. They are students. They are doctors. They over there. Third person plural. So in your activity 2, the first description is about yourselves. Again, first person singular. Like activity 1, I am, I. Okay. The rest of your activity is in third person because you're talking about someone else. You're talking about your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your daughter, your cousin, someone female. Or you're talking about someone male, your your brother, your boyfriend, your husband, your father, your grandfather, your son, someone male. Or you're talking about a pet because they are part of our family and we love them. So, your dog, your cat, your rabbit, giraffe, lion, whatever. That is also third person because it's like it. So most of activity 2 is in third person. Third person, we need to take care of the verbs, adding an S at the end to make a present tense. So that is the most relevant part about your activity 2. Obviously, include your photos. Photos is a photo, a real photo, not a cartoon or a comic or I don't know, a real photo. The objective of this module in general is for you to be able to present yourself and your surroundings. So you need pictures. I was talking about the second activity. I remember we write I always, always, always with a capital letter, uppercase letter, whatever letter you want to call it, but it is a big letter. I have a question. When we have to say like our names or like the country, we have to pronunciate like an English native speaker, or we can just say okay. We never translate proper nouns. Names are proper nouns. We never translate proper nouns because they are names. And you are Andrea. That is your name. You are not Andrea. That is not your name. It may be spelled the same, but that is not your name. But we don't use accents in English. They don't exist. So we cannot say Mexico because we have no accents in English. So we say Mexico. It is not because we are translating, but it is because we have no accents. So we cannot say Mexico. So, for example, if you are talking about a place, let's see. Um, mm, 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 mm. I think many of you are from Mexico City. So, for example, let's say Museo Sumaya. If we are talking about that, the proper name is Sumaya. We are not going to translate that because that is the name of the place. But we are going to translate museo because it's the same in any place, anywhere, in any language. So we are going to say Sumaya Museum. The name is the same, but the place, if it's a museum, if it's a house, if it's a hotel, if it's a restaurant, that is in English. So, for example, when we are talking about Ciudad de Mexico, we say Mexico City. Mexico stays Mexico. We are not going to change that, but we use the name in English for ciudad, which is city. So your name is your name. For example, Juan, if we have a Juan in module 6, Juan is not going to say, my name is John. Mm-mm. His name is Juan, and Juan will be forever his name. So we don't translate proper nouns. Okay. Descriptions. Description of. Okay, let's practice one description for us to like talk about the same thing. If you have any more questions, doubts, whatever, just go ahead. Write them, tell me anything you need.
Yeah, the in the first activity, in the birth date, we write with the day or with the year when I was born, like
When were you born, Eva?
in March 3 of 2006.
Okay. So every time we are talking about months, January, February, March, April, June, July, August, blah, 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 we use preposition of time on. So on March for your audio, on March. And We don't add words. We don't say of, we don't say add, we don't say the, we don't say anything, just month, number, year. So your birth date is March, and then the number 3, and then a comma, and the year. This is Eva was born on. That is your birth date. So we say on for months, then your month, March, then 3. If you are 17, if all of you are 17, your year is 1000. So you are just going to say 1000 and your number. But I am old, so my year, my birthday year is this. So when you are seeing something like that, you have to say the year in pairs. So I do not say 1986. I say 1986. If your year doesn't have 1,000, like 00, 2001, 2002, 2000, if it's like our year, 2023, we have the option to say 2023, or we have the option to say it in pairs, 2023. So today is March 9, 2023. That is the date. That is how we write dates. Month, number, year in pairs.
Okay, when I can say March 26 and March 2006, it's correct.
No, not for years that have zeros in the middle. You need to say 2006. So every 2000 and 2001, 2002, 2009, all of these, you say 1000. 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2009. If it's 2010, that now we don't have zeros in the middle, you can say 2010 if you want. But as everybody is 17 and all of your birthday year is 2006, you need to say 2006. I remember when some people start to say 2020 because in English people say 2020. Yes, exactly. When we have pairs of numbers, we say the pairs. And that's the way to say years in English. 1990, 1986, 1920. But if we have zeros in the middle, we say the 1000 completely. 2010,
Okay.
2020, 2030, all the years. What am I looking for? Okay, something else. This is the time. Come on. I love that you have so many questions because we can answer everything. And then when you are in front of the activity, you will say, I know what to do. I got it. But I haven't heard of Abdi at all. Abdi, are you there? I know that you are 18, so you're pretty much an adult. But I don't know anything else about you. You are in a 5, so if you have questions, I can speak half and half if you need that. I cannot see anymore. Descriptions. Wait. Coming. Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect. Descriptions. Mm.
Teacher,
Mm.
in the both case of the activity 1 and 2, we talk about will the information will be said as if a conversation were held, like it's not read, we talk about it.
Activity one?
One and two.
One and two, both, yes. The thing is like, I am Eva Fernanda Villa Campos. I am 17 years old. I live in da-da-da-da-da-da. I am a student and my phone number, my email. I am tall, short, brunette, blonde. My house is super casual. And activity two, I am smart, funny, honest. I am 17 years old. I like to, I don't know, I like to dance, whatever. He is my father. He is da da da. He likes to do. She is my mother. She likes to, she is, she. Just like that, like naturally. Okay?
Okay, I get it.
So Eva is okay. Fernanda is okay.
Eva.
Eva is perfect. Okay. It is short, so it is good. Sonia, no. We have no option with you. And Andrea is okay, or Fernanda is better? And Abdi, if you are there, which one is better, Abdi or Berenice? So tomorrow we will have a class at the same time. And next week, week 2, as usually, Wednesday and Friday. Question: have you participated? Who did I read? I think I'm there. Have you participated in their learning forum? Some of you? Eva, Abdi, Andrea, Sonia, some of you?
In the
Abdi,
floors? No.
learning forum, no? Okay. So Andrea, perfect. Abdi, I got it right. Abdi, all good with the English? Are you understanding everything? I do not use Fernanda at all. It's just for the formal stuff at all. Perfect. I don't use my first name either. I just use my middle name. But I have them both. So that's that. When I was in high school, like you, when I was in high school, they said Tanya for everything. They used Tanya for everything. And it was very, very weird. Never again and never before. I don't hate it, but I prefer the other. It's very unique. Mm, 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 mm. Formal stuff. Okay, so Sonia, obviously. Um, what was I saying? Learning forum. Okay, the purpose of the learning forum. We need light. Wait. Okay. The purpose of the learning forum is. It is not annoying for me, Andrea. It is weird, yes. The thing is that I am not used to be called Tanya, so when they say that name, I never think they are talking to me. I'm like, someone else, not me. So I do not listen. I ignore them, not because I am rude, just because I am not used to that name. That happened to me in high school. And never again, because luckily no one else calls me like that. I am used to the Amaranta. I introduce myself as Amaranta. I love my Amaranta. So perfect. And it is easy because we eat that food a lot in Mexico. So, wow. Um, what was I say? Okay, the purpose of the learning forum. I remembered. It is for you to practice the dynamic of the forum, for you to practice grammar, spelling, writing, to interact with each other, to get to know each other better, to build a Module 6 community, Generation 43, and to get the idea of how it works, because although week 1, 2, and 3, it is not great, on Unit 4, you have a integrative forum that is great, that is graded. So if you use forum, the learning forum on week 1, 2, and 3, you know the dynamic, you know what to do, you know everything, you know how to participate. So on week 4, that we again have the learning forum, but we also have the integrative forum that has a grade that is that needs an evaluation. You will know what to do. So that is the purpose, for you to practice a lot. I think I actually used the learn from this week. I think so too, Andrea, because I remembered. Let me remember, because I have a very good memory. I just have a lot of use. Um, you said that you have the same problem with English, that you understand it when you listen to it, and that you can read it and write it, but it is hard for you to speak it, just like someone else, because you refer to someone else that participated. You said you were 17. I answer the forum precisely with the similarity that you found with you and your classmate, and you are from Mexico City. As a boy, we had a boy that said he was from Mexico City too. We had also Monterrey, if I remember correctly. It was like that. Yes, I remember. So, okay, the purpose of it is for you to practice and to interact with each other and to help each other and to get to know the dynamic of a forum. So, we still have a little bit of time. So, I really, really, really like for you to practice descriptions. So, I will show you an image with a lot of people. Guanajuato, yes. I read Mexico City, I read Guanajuato, I read Monterrey. I remember Monterrey. Obviously, I said Querétaro, and something else. Yesterday, I replied to myself, ha ha ha, because that there was nothing in between. So let's see today. When we finish, I will be checking that. Um, so I have an image with a bunch of people, different people. So choose one and describe him or her, just for you to practice descriptions. The ones that are writing, write the description. Eva, say the description. If one of you, Andrea, Sonia, Abdi, can and want to come into StreamYard to talk and to say the description in the microphone, that is a lot better. So, whatever you prefer. Mm-mm-mm. Mhm. There we go. So we have an image with a lot of people. Choose one and describe that person. When you say or write the description, everybody else in the session should know who are you talking about. So that is the last thing we're going to do. We review what you wrote, what you said, and off you go to continue with your activities.
I'm start.
If you want to, go
Ah,
ahead.
okay, thank you. Um, she is a girl. She have a curly hair, a brown curly hair. She use green t-shirt. I think she used green t-shirt, and she and I think that it's all.
Okay, so as you are talking in third person using she, instead of she have, she has, because we need to change the verb into a third person verb. So she has curly hair. You can say something about like she's tall, she's short, she's medium height, because you can see some of that next to the other people. She wears, like when we are describing, the most important thing is to be very specific. So, talking about clothes, we wear them. If we have them, it's because we bought them. We went to the store and we buy clothes and we have them. But if they are in our body, we are wearing the clothes. So she wears a green shirt. The t-shirt is like the shortest girl, she's wearing a t-shirt. The rest are wearing shirts. So let's see. I have many noises around me. My neighbor puts music so loud. Now I can speak. Okay. The girl had the yellow short, had a cute smile, short light brown hair, white skin, tiny eyebrows, and a pair of black jeans. Okay, perfect. Just remember, third person, we need to change the verb. So, has a yellow shirt, has a cute smile. Third person, the girl, who represents she. So, the girl has a yellow shirt and she has a cute smile with short, light brown hair, white skin, tiny eyebrows, and a pair of black jeans. Okay. So when we are writing, when we are talking, we need to make sure we pronounce clearly, we are fluent, we have intonation. That is the part that we need to take care when we are talking. But when we are writing, we need to take care of grammar, punctuation, and spelling. So every time you write something, you need to begin with a capital letter. You need to end with a period or an exclamation mark, like, let's go to the party, or a question mark, what is your name? So that is important for punctuation. You need to check your spelling, like like, I don't know what HO is. The girl, I think, is who. You wanted to write who? Maybe this. So if it's the case, you need to take care of your spelling, and your grammar is writing has instead of have. So everything has its tricks. Talking is about intonation, fluency, and clear pronunciation. Writing is about punctuation, spelling, and grammar. Everything has their trick, has its tricks. So I'm missing. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Eva. What about Abdi and Sonia? I'm missing your description. So I think Andrea's description is more specific than Eva's description. So try to be as specific as you can, like eye color, height, clothes, hair color, skin color, maybe the shape of the nose, the shape of the mouth, maybe the personality that you can maybe interpret from just looking at a person. Obviously everything about the clothes, maybe, well, they are just standing there like looking at a camera, but if they are doing some sort of activity, like describing the activity that they are doing, if they are, I don't know, maybe training basketball or something, everything that you can say makes the description a lot more complete. Yes, who. I remember who for the who's. Dr. Seuss who's. The who's, of course. Story, but I forget the. The who's. Perfect. So, I think Abdi is not here for the description part. I don't know. And maybe Sonia isn't either. I don't know. So, if you have any more questions, you can write me an email or a message in the Prepa en Línea CEP platform. Abdi, you're here. A guy wears glasses, has brown skin, and a huge smile. Okay, great. The first A needs to be a capital letter A. A guy. Thank you for the period at the end after smile. That is fantastic. So maybe you could add the color of his shirt, because I think it's blue with white dots or white stripes, something like that. But maybe you could add the color of his hair. So great. Hi, Sonia, you're here. The girl in the green shirt. Huh, you chose the same as Eva's. Okay, the girl in the green shirt has a big smile, small eyes, red hair, and a dark complexion. Okay, the same thing as Abdi, uppercase, the first one. So that, and that's it for grammar. So when you are describing, be as specific as possible. Add a lot of adjectives, a lot of details. Try to be, imagine that the person you are talking to has no idea of what you're saying. So if you give a lot of details and you are very, 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 very specific, that person is going to have a clear picture of what you're saying. So being specific is very helpful when describing. Ok. So, Abdi, viernes podemos intentar campechano. Voy cambiando English, Spanish, English, Spanish, y me dices cómo vas. Y súper por decir, I understand little, la idea es, cuando te pierdas, dime. Y lo repito en español y no pasa nada. No se me gasta la voz. Entonces, siempre que necesites, siempre que haya que aclarar algo, dime, pauso, lo hacemos, lo entiendes y seguimos, sin problema. Esa es la idea. Obviamente, mientras más inglés uso, más les ayudo, porque más practican listening, más practican understanding it, más practican fluency, pronunciation y intonation, porque me están escuchando hacerlo, pero páusame cada vez que necesites aclarar o corregir o entender algo, sin problema. Nos vemos Friday. Acuérdense, misma hora. La idea es cada semana va a ser miércoles y viernes a las 6. Ya quedamos. Esta fue la excepción por ayer. Y mientras llega el Wednesday, mientras llega Friday, si necesitan cualquier cosa, me escriben un mensaje en la plataforma o un mail. Sí o sí les contesto. Ténganlo por seguro. Nos vemos mañana. Ahora sí que fue seguida las sesiones. Entonces nos vemos mañana a las 6. Y lleguen igual con un chorro de preguntas, dudas. Si ya empezaron a avanzar en sus actividades y se topan con algo, igual y páusenlo y mañana que nos veamos me dicen. No pasa nada. Aprovechen su foro, revísenlo por práctica, ¿no? Como les decía, la idea de tener Learning Forum cada semana es que mientras no son evaluables en semana 1, 2 y 3, les sirve a ustedes para practicar la dinámica del foro, la interacción entre ustedes, la forma de responder, la forma de ir construyendo la conversación y así cuando lleguen a semana 4 y el foro sí se evalúe, van a tenerlo dominado. Ese es el objetivo.
Teacher, sorry, I have a question. With the birth date, in case of the talking, we use on and the month, the day, and the year. But the case in the writing, it's the same. First on.
Como es un formato, y estás llenando un formatito. Sí. Entonces, lo único que vas a escribir es March 3, 2006. Si estuvieras redactándolo, ¿no? Como párrafo, como oración, como descripción, entonces sí. I was born on March 3, 2006.
Okay, and same in the age, I write.
Years old.
I am 17 years old. Only.
Cuando estaba en la primaria, mis maestras de inglés decían, you don't put, you're not a chicken. You're right. Okay. Y eso se me quedó. Y ahora se lo digo a mis alumnos. ¡Tarán! La vida tiene sus vueltas. Entonces, sí, lo mismo, 17 years old. Cuando son formatos, la idea es que la información sea así, súper concreta a lo que es. Sí. Si lo están redactando en la parte de description, por ejemplo, o si están en su Learning Forum, entonces todo como debe ser. I am, age, siempre que hablen de edad, verb to be. Yo sé que nosotros decimos tengo 17 años, pero en inglés no es tengo, es estoy en mis 17. Sí. No importa, solo acuérdense que la edad es verb to be. Entonces, I am 17 years old, I am 36 years old, I am 20 years old, o she is, en caso de tercera persona, o you are, si yo estoy hablando sobre ti, you are 17 years old. Entonces, si lo estoy redactando, verb to be, todo completo. Si estoy llenando formatitos, concentramos la información, pero el 17 no vuela. Entonces, 17 years old. Eso sí. Okay. Listísimo. Nos vemos mañana. Descansen, apúrense con sus actividades por si mañana que nos veamos salen más dudas. No se nos atraviese el fin de semana, que con todo mi corazón les contesto, pero no se los garantizo, porque también pauso un poco la vida y descanso. Entonces, aprovechen mañana, que aún es viernes. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you, teacher. See you tomorrow.
Abdi, me pausas mañana cuantas veces necesites. Tú confía. Todo bien. See you tomorrow.